Yo, welcome to the show. Gather round, listen close. We got George, Brock, and J.A. bringing you the most NFL podcast. It's about to go down. Three amigos ready to run this town. Welcome to the Ball Studio, where the fun begins. George, Brock, and Jay talking NFL with their friends. So grab a drink, sit back, let's dive into the show. The Ball Studio, fam, we're ready to go. Let's go.
Welcome to the live show. What is it? Conference Championship games this week. Sunday night, cheeky Sunday night special. Joined always by Georgie Boy, James. How are we, mate? We've got Scotty on the ones and twos in the chat.
Boom.
So if there's anything coming out, it's going to be from Scotty Boy in the chat.
All the views in the chat are represented by us for sure. Scotty's our mouthpiece.
Dangerous game, boys.
I love it. I put my name to it.
I put my name to Scotty in anything he says.
Yeah, he is.
Except for the racial stuff.
No, especially.
Are we all excited?
Oh, up and about. Good times as well for the games tomorrow.
Well, everyone, if you're not in Australia, we actually have a public holiday tomorrow. For
the timing.
I'm not going to say what it is because everyone will get upset. But for
what do you mean? No.
A celebration of our country.
It's fucking Australia Day. Okay, stop.
Australia
Stop
Day
with
public
nonsense.
holiday.
All right,
So it celebrates
Australia
American
Day.
Football on
All
Australia.
you lefty weirdos can swallow it. It's Australia Day. Move on. There's far more important things to get upset about. Okay.
George's views are his alone and not of the Vault Studio.
100% they're mine alone. Thank you.
Especially any that comes from his Facebook page, all his views,
and I'll stand by every single one of them.
Well, I hope we actually had a Facebook troll this week on which was very entertaining.
As I said pre-show, I actually thought it was Brock with a fake account troll.
I wish I had that much time this week to actually do that.
Hey, the fact that I thought of you in that light is a positive. Trust me.
I was driving out to St. Albans and I saw it coming up, and I'm like, I can't start the job yet. I got to read.
Got to see what's going on.
I'm getting every notification. I have to read every bit of it.
So who was our friend on? What was his name again?
Shout out David Holmes.
David Holmes.
Are we giving him a shout out?
Give him a shout out.
I'm not giving him no fucking shout out. The fucking loser. He can fuck right off.
He can come live on the show and debate you. Only if he signs up to the Patreon.
He can debate me. He can come down here to the studio and I'll punch the shit out of him if he really wants.
We're going to put him on the StreamYard and just cut him off.
No. Let him join the Patreon first, and then I'll punch the shit out of him.
Then he's in.
Deal.
Do you want to...
Dave, sorry, you're a loser. Sorry, I just had to say that.
Look, he's just a Chiefs guy, you know?
Yeah, therefore he's a loser.
He's just hoping at one point that Mahomes might let him hit it.
Therefore, he's a loser.
I don't know who'd be the bottom and who'd be the top in that one either.
They do rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I don't know how Mahomes rolls.
Mahomes is the bottom every day of the week, Mahomes. Come on, bro. Think about it.
I don't know. He's a very good football player. Ultra athlete. It'd be a waste on the flopping. With that sort of athleticism.
See him flopping the other week? That's bottom act.
Josh Allen also flops.
That ain't no top, bro. Hey, Josh is a top for sure.
Josh Allen flops like that too.
Josh Allen.
I've seen all the clips.
He holds down Haley and he goes
out
to
on
town.
the table.
He holds down his
we will not
Haley.
have any Josh Allen slander on this podcast.
I'm coming with the slander.
Oh, should we get into it? Let's get into the first game.
Let's do it.
It's 7 a.m. Australia time.
So public holiday, and Brocky said it as well. The primo times for the game, 7 a.m. start, and then a 10:30 into a 10:30 is just primo.
Yep, your game's over by 1 o'clock. Spend the rest of it's going to be 40 degrees here tomorrow. Spend the rest of your day trying to stay cool.
Just sitting in the aircon. That's all I'm doing.
Jumping in the pool.
You might
straight into the pool.
Who knows? We don't know what sort of state you're going to be in by 10:30 tomorrow.
Why?
Well, because the first game is the Commanders at the Eagles. Your boys, they've somehow backdoored their way into a home game with one of the softest players.
They haven't backdoored nothing. All they've done is win their games. They haven't done nothing.
That's very true.
Right? It's not my fault that the Vikings don't know how to win and the Lions don't know how to win, and it's certainly not the Eagles' fault. All they've done is beaten who's in front of them. Okay, the chips have fallen where they have.
It's nice though.
It's nice.
The Eagles getting off
to host a championship game is more than nice. It's fucking amazing, bro. Like,
how big an advantage do you think a home game brings
in the playoffs? Heaps.
Yeah, I think so. Especially Link. It's a very volatile crowd.
There'll be no
Washington fans there.
Known home ground advantage. Well, you saw what happened the other week with that Packers girl.
Oh my god!
She got absolutely accosted, the poor thing.
What a tosser!
I've been to the Link,
yeah,
and seen a Philly game. And it's everything that it's advertised to be. It's fucking atrocious.
Really, it's that bad.
It's terrible.
Yeah, dog shit fans. Man.
I was there watching a game, and I was watching the it was Eagles Giants.
Yep.
Michael Vick was the quarterback. and the whole stadium was all Eagles jerseys. And there was one guy, and he was an Eagles fan, and he brought his girlfriend with him, and she was wearing a blue Eli Manning jersey. And the poor thing, like she was just getting absolutely verbally bashed, getting like empty bottles thrown at her, to the point where the security came in and asked her to leave.
Yeah,
Not the rowdy fans that were fucking around and like abusing her, but they said, no, you have to leave.
You're instigating this.
You're by you being here wearing that jersey, you're instigating all of this. You had to leave. And the second she left, to be fair, the entire section that I was in just calmed down.
It's very Lane sitting in the owner's box wearing a Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah. Shout out. That's a very niche cut there,
Hey,
and I'm with it all the way. Thank you.
O's.
Thank you, Brocky.
All about them.
So it's everything it's advertised to be. So it is a proper home field advantage.
Yeah. Let's get to the game, because I've been thinking long and hard about this, because I didn't think Washington, I believe I said after they won their wildcard game, I can't see a world where Washington are playing in the NFC Championship game. We were wrong. They are. I also kind of can't see a world where they make it to a Super Bowl. But from what we've seen from Jaden Daniels, and he is, no matter how you slice it up, he is the story of the Washington football team this year.
Yeah, he is 100% the story.
Because what he's been able to do as a rookie, and the reason I think, and this is the first discussion I want to have about this game, I think the Eagles' biggest strength defensively is their ability to generate pressure on quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels has shown that he's pretty capable of handling pressure, avoiding pressure, and generating big plays due to how athletic he is, and and how big and strong he is. He just doesn't go down easily.
Yep.
I think that's a huge, huge asset in this game for Washington.
His evasiveness is definitely an asset, for sure.
The Eagles aren't that good on the back end. They're okay. They're young and they're getting better. But like Slay's prone to a big play. He'll give up a big play if time. He can press a guy at the line and stop them getting away. But when he has to cover for 3 or 4 seconds, that's when he becomes a bit of a liability. CJ Gardner-Johnson's very similar. He wants to come down, hit guys on short routes, and he's very good at it. But as soon as the play is extended and they've got to cover for longer, that's when big plays can be generated.
Yeah.
And I think Jaden Daniels is, from what we've seen in the playoffs, probably the best quarterback this playoffs at creating more time and generating plays.
Extending plays, with his legs, for sure.
And plays breaking down, and then, those veteran guys like Zach Ertz and McLaurin then find ways to get open because they're savvy and they've been around a while.
Well, they're professionals. That's what they do.
And if you give those sorts of guys enough time, they can really, really hurt you.
I agree. I think that's where the game is going to be won and lost. It's going to be, can we get pressure on Daniels?
Yep.
And if we can, then we will win and win comfortably.
Oh, if they can pressure Daniels and sack him a bunch of times and keep him in the pocket and be,
I don't even think we need to sack him, but just
stop him running away.
Just contain him. To a point, and like to the point where he doesn't, even just trying to get him uncomfortable. We can get him uncomfortable in the pocket, we can win. That's enough for us to win.
Which no one's been able to do this playoffs.
This playoffs.
The Lions could not do it.
No, the Lions couldn't do it. But
the Bucks couldn't do it effectively.
Well, Lions have been struggling in that department anyway.
Yes.
And they've had to, even again, that game that they won against Washington, against the Minnesota, they had to bring a lot of extra guys.
Yeah.
In order to generate that pressure. They can't do it with four men.
Yeah,
whereas,
and you can't blitz a guy like Jaden Daniels.
Well, that's my point. Whereas I think the Eagles can generate enough pressure with just the 4 guys.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I just think that's going to be one of the biggest.
That's going to be that is the key. That is the key to the game right there.
Yeah, and then on the other side, the other big key, the Eagles' offense. Like we've ragged on Jalen Hurts a lot, but he doesn't turn the ball over. With all due
do you want to hear an
respect
interesting stat?
Yes,
that I heard.
I always want to hear an interesting
about
stat
Jalen Hurts. He's got his record in the playoffs is 4-3. So he's got 4 wins and 3 losses.
Yep.
In those 4 wins, in those 3 losses, he's thrown for more than 150 yards. In the 4 losses, he's thrown for under 150 yards in all 4 wins.
Yeah. So what does that tell you? That they can't rely on if they have to win the game with him throwing the football, it's not going to happen.
They won't. Yeah. And I don't believe that they'll have to.
I think Washington have done they've scored so many points on good teams. Now, the Lions defense was struggling. The Bucks, they only scored, I think 23 points, won them the game with the field goal late.
Yeah.
But
20-23.
They run the ball really well, and then you put Jaden Daniels on top of that. I think they're going to be able to score. Like, what do you think? Here's a good question for you. What do you think the Eagles need to score in this game to win?
So similar to what we did last week. High 20s. 28 to 30.
At least 4 touchdowns sort of
Yeah,
deal.
3 to 4 touchdowns is about right.
I think Washington are going to score 28, 30 points. I think you're going to have to score over 30 points to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, we could be wrong. Championship games are known to be flops, and the Cinderella story does tend to run out, which is like, don't fool yourself in thinking this isn't a Cinderella run for Washington. This is an absolute
Yeah, they had the
Cinderella
second
run.
pick in the draft last year.
Yeah,
This is a Cinderella.
It's a Cinderella run.
They had 4 wins last year.
Yes, absolutely. But you got to remember, this is a divisional game, George. And as you say, divisional games
divisional
are
games, they're always tough.
They're a
They're
coin
always
flip.
tough.
They're a coin flip.
So
They're a coin flip.
I'm very confident in our defense. I'm very confident in the D line.
Yep.
And offensively, I'm very confident that we'll be able to run the ball and run the ball very well.
So
because their run defense is not that good.
No.
And hasn't been all year.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to run the ball very well. And I don't see a world where Saquon's going to run for 150 or 200 yards, which he probably will. And
he's going to have to for you to win the game.
And I do believe he will, because I don't think Washington are good enough to stop him, and they haven't been able to stop the run all year. So that it's not going to start now.
And all we've seen,
And they're not that great against the pass either. So
no, they're not a very good defense.
They're not a very good defense. They're a top 5 offense. So yeah, I agree with your point that they will score. They're probably going to score 3 or 4 touchdowns, and we're going to have to do the same to win.
Yeah.
Going back to what you said earlier, the key is going to be can our D line get pressure and contain Daniels? If we can, then I think we can win comfortably.
And what if they can't?
Well, if they can't, then there's every chance that we lose.
Yeah, I actually think that is the genuine key to the game.
It is the key.
If
If
Washington
we
going,
can't sack him, or we can't pressure him, and he's able to have carte blanche to run around in the pocket or run around outside and make plays,
convert third downs while running,
like
with it,
running
sort of
like that,
stuff.
like there's not a lot that there's no path to victory with that.
No, and I don't think the Eagles have a corner with time that can cover McLaurin for a whole bunch of time.
I don't think there's many corners in the league that can do that. If you can extend the play 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, like there's not many corners in the league. We're talking about A1 athletes here. There's nobody that can cover them for that amount of time, especially with a guy like Daniels who can evade pressure the way that he can.
Yeah.
If he can do that tomorrow morning, like they're going to win.
Yeah, and it's not a fear I have. The other thought I have on it is if Washington, they have nothing to lose. Like their season is a massive success. No one really thinks they're going to win, but them, I'm sure.
Sure.
So they can come into this game and just shoot from the hip, and whatever happens, happens. Like if they end up losing by 30 points, no one's going to be like, well, they're a disgrace. They're going to be like, well, they did a great job getting there. Like, they have by far exceeded expectations.
To be fair, though, I think if you said at the start of the year that the Eagles are going to make the championship game,
I wouldn't have said that was
no one had that on their bingo card.
No, I think so. I'll ask you another question. If I'd said at the start of the year,
we both predicted them to not win the division. We both said that we all said that Dallas.
No, I had Eagles winning the division.
Oh, okay.
But if I'd said it's like mid-year or start of the year, there's going to be 2 NFC East teams playing off in the NFC Championship game. There's no world anyone said Washington will.
No, you'd think, maybe Cowboys, Eagles, yeah.
Like,
maybe, yeah.
Or, like, I would think it'd be more likely to be Giants than Washington.
Than Washington, yeah.
I just didn't think Washington were that good.
No, I'm excited. I think Washington are going to win. I said it's going to be it's going to be a fact.
Well, I will say this.
George, let me finish it.
Sorry, man.
Let me finish it. Jaden Daniels is a Lamar Jackson situation. If he starts running on you, they'll win.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, I agree.
You might say, they can't stop the run. Cool. All they have to do is stop the run because Jalen Hurts, yeah, sure, he's fine. He's still going to be hurt. He's not going to be able to run how he did before he got hurt last week. So you're going to be one-dimensional with your running game.
I haven't heard anything about that. I haven't heard any reports about anything.
He's been pretty dinged up. He was in a brace at a training. But I think they wear braces most of the time.
He's most likely going to wear a brace in the game.
Yeah.
So if he can't run, he's going to have to try. You're going to have to either give the ball to Saquon, or he's going to have to stand in the pocket and throw the ball 30 yards downfield. Which, if that's the case, you guys don't win.
Yeah, I said I didn't. Yeah. If you told me Washington made the NFC Championship against the Eagles 3 weeks ago, I would have said, well, something's gone horribly wrong for the other teams that played them. I am now I thought they were pretenders, like absolute frauds up until the playoffs, and they've turned me around, and it's mainly because of Jaden Daniels. I just don't think quarterbacks like him come around very often.
He's so unfazed. I think he's going to take the pressure in stride, and I think they're paying $390 to win. I'm going to put $20 on it. I really think.
Whoa, take it easy, Spender.
I really think the Eagles are going to. No, the Eagles are going to win. The Eagles are going to win.
Put 200 on it.
You give me this 200? Fuck me.
Put 500 on it.
I'm an apprentice, motherfucker.
Yeah,
What are the Eagles paying to win?
$1.30 odd.
Yeah, of course they are.
They're heavy favourites.
As they should be.
They're what 13 wins did they have this year?
Yeah, something like that.
14 win 2 seed, which is very rare. Most years you're probably
Easily
the 1 seed.
And what's the line, please, Brock?
5.5 points.
Yep.
Yeah, Scotty, what do you got? You got any thoughts on it?
One interesting point that if Daniels does run an escape and get loose, that it's probably going to have to pull Braun out of coverage and his responsibilities there, which will open up the defense a little bit as well. But I think Eagles are going to be too good. That their roster from top to bottom is pretty good. The deficiencies are like sort of coming around in the back end of their defense, and yeah, it might be the Cinderella story over for the Command.
100%.
As I said,
their Super Bowl was last week against the Lions.
I'm finding it really hard to pick against the Eagles. I just think the Eagles. I think you've nailed it, Scotty. They're way too talented to lose. I think if they lose this game, it's because there's been some sort of implosion in the team where Washington have come out, punched them in the mouth, and then they've fallen apart.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I wanted to speak on. People have been talking, you especially been talking about, the implosion's coming, it's this, it's that, it's that.
If they lose, it will. I'll hit you a scenario.
I don't see it.
They lose 35-21 tomorrow, and AJ Brown has 2 catches for 10 yards, no touchdowns.
How many pages of his book does
he read? You reckon the AJ Brown implosion's not coming? That if they just throw me the ball, we could have won? Stop feeding Saquon like we needed to score. They should have given it. You don't reckon that's going to come?
Potentially.
It's been like paper mached over by the fact that they keep winning, and rightfully.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, they're a loss away from it all happening. It's Philadelphia. We know. When they win, they burn the city down. What are they going to do when they lose? Yeah. Like, they're crazy.
Remember we won against the Browns and the crowd was booing, which is fair.
Remember when they won the Super Bowl and they had to go out and grease all the lampposts because people were climbing up and ripping the lights out of the lampposts? That's when they won. These guys are crazy. I said, you love them or hate them, but they're a polarizing figure. The old. I'll
be very surprised if we don't win. And I'll be even more surprised if we don't win by double figures.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be at least 10 points.
All right, let's go around. You've got the Eagles winning?
And yeah, I've got the Eagles winning. And the fact that Brock doesn't have the Eagles winning gives me even more
that gives you confidence?
Solace because
I'm just using your words.
He can't pick games for shit and he can't pick the Eagles for shit. Every time he's picked the game.
Watch Red Cup in this year?
Every time he's picked against us on the show, we've won. So, brother, keep going. Keep going. Right, I'm riding it all the way to the Super Bowl.
Fair. Clip that. Clip it.
I'm riding it all the way to the Super Bowl.
Clip that, producer Scotty.
Scotty, don't clip. Don't touch anything. All right. Scotty, just imaginarily clip it in your head, okay?
Scotty, don't.
I'll just timestamp it. You boys can figure it out.
No, I'll tell you. I think
too much talent.
I think it'll be a fun game. I think it'll be I hope it's a good game. I hope we get a good game. I hope Washington play well, but I think unless they can just score 35 points, which is very challenging against an extremely good Eagles defense.
We haven't allowed that many points all year. I don't think we're going to start now.
No, I tend to agree with you. I just don't think it's going to happen there. And I just think the Eagles are too strong in almost every aspect. You take them position by position. Quarterback's probably the only position I think the Washington are better than the Eagles in at this point. And that's, I think Jaden Daniels is probably better than a lot of quarterbacks already in his rookie year.
Sure.
There's probably 20 clubs that I'm like, he'd be their starting quarterback, no doubt about it. So,
is that enough to get them a win on the road?
No,
in a championship game.
I don't think
I doubt it.
I don't think it is. I think the Eagles will win. I don't think they'll win by 2 scores. I think they'll kick a field goal late to win the game. I think it'll be close. Okay. That's more me just rooting for a good game, not being the football fan.
Realistically, though,
no, I think it'll be close. I think it'll be 1 score game.
So like a touchdown.
Yeah, or it could be, Eagles get a 14-point lead with a minute and a half to go, and Washington get a junk time score to and then fail an onside sort of thing.
Sure.
Like,
okay, yeah.
The game's over. I think it'll be a game well into the 4th quarter. I think it's going to take someone, as you said, most of the playoffs, the Eagles have got by from, and again, this is not a criticism. I hope it doesn't sound like one, by not losing the game.
Yeah.
They play strong defense. Yep. They don't turn the ball over, and they feed Saquon Barkley, who is the best running back in football, with the best offensive line in football.
Easily.
They feed him and say, this is where our meal ticket is. This is how we're going to win this game.
Stop it. And they can't.
And not many people have stopped it. There's only been 2 teams. Now, one of them was Washington a few weeks ago. But in saying that, a drop catch from Devontae Smith and they win that game. And it's, I guess, ifs and buts and candies and nuts and all that.
And it took a dart at the death from Daniels to win that game.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And that's why I don't.
With our third string quarterback.
All I'm saying is if the Eagles give Jaden Daniels a chance to win this game, which they gave the Rams a chance last week, and I thought the Rams were going to do it, and Stafford didn't do it. If they give Jaden Daniels a chance, or you write your own death certificate if you give him an opportunity.
I think Vic's been Vic Fangio I'm talking about.
He knows what he's doing.
He's scheming up a lot of things.
Yeah, he's very good. Very good. Brocky, who you got? Obviously.
Dallas is cooking me in the chat here, so I'm going to give you my score now, Dallas.
Who?
Dallas Coleman.
Our boy Dallas.
Shout out to Dallas.
He's just been flaming me in the chat the whole time. I'm going to take
They're
Washington.
fair criticisms.
They're very fair.
What's he saying?
Something about Brock being a piece of shit.
Did he say have short shorts on there?
Yeah.
They're just basketball.
They're almost 3/4. He needs to get his eyes checked.
My shorts are way shorter. I've just got much nicer legs.
They were just like riding up.
Oh, here we
a little
go.
bit.
Brock is so bitter about the Ravens losing.
I was going to recap all the comments.
Shout out Dallas.
of all the things you're bitter about, I'm actually quite proud of the way you've responded from the Ravens losing last week.
Inside he's dying.
Yeah, but he's hiding it, and I respect that as a man.
I'm going to go home and punch.
Bottle that down.
I'm going to go home and punch.
I'm just glad you don't have a swing set at home.
Yeah, that's it. Just bottle those feelings down and die of a heart attack in 40 years like a real man.
Exactly. Doing the dishes.
Don't have to do the laundry, the dishes, nothing. My score prediction: Commanders 28-20.
All right, Scotty, what do you got?
Good on you, Brucky.
Clip it. Fucking clip it.
Keep that hate rolling,
No.
buddy. Yes.
Hey,
I love it.
I feel it.
I love it.
He's the natural. There's a reason why
I
everyone
love the
thinks
bitterness.
comparing Jaden Daniels to the baseball film, The Natural. He's unfazed at everything.
Mhm.
He's a quarterback that just goes out and wins. He's done it his whole career,
Mhm.
his whole high school, his whole college career. Shit like that doesn't change. You don't just become this so calm, collected.
But you can't just overcome everything because you've got, like everyone says about Joe Burrow too. He's been to one Super Bowl, yes, and other than that, he's struggled because you can't just overcome having a shit team.
And
Washington aren't that good at
Joe Burrow had a very good team.
a good offense.
Yes.
But look at Joe Burrow this year.
No,
he played
this
MVP level.
No, that year they had a good defense as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, but I'm saying this year, like Joe Burrow played the best season he's ever had. If they'd won 12 games, he's the unanimous MVP and no one's even arguing it.
True.
But missed out on the playoffs because his kicker can't kick and his
I'm
defense can't stop a
I'm
goal.
not saying he's overcoming his team. He's so unfazed about every little situation in the game where he will just go out and play ball.
Yeah, but he could be unfazed. You can be unfazed and still be down 21 points.
Yeah, his defense, but he's still going to go out. He's going to sling the rock. He's going to run for first downs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it might
over.
not be enough.
Realistically
he'll be
speaking,
he'll be fine.
It can't. It won't be.
Well,
realistically,
it can be. And this is why I can't believe you're so comfortable about it. And I don't think you are. I think you're doing the bottle up thing. And
No.
tomorrow you're just going to be laying under your doona just crying.
I said before, if we let him run around and extend plays and get first downs with his feet, and he can do that consistently throughout the whole game, we will lose.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
28-20.
That's a fair prediction.
I love how bitter he is.
It's not bitter. It's just what I feel, George. You say it all year. These are your words. Divisional games are a coin flip. Are those your words?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, they're not just my words. A lot of people think that. But I think that's it.
You've said it all year. You said it about the Steelers game as well. Divisional games are a coin flip. This game's a coin flip, and it's going to go Commanders' way.
But if you take the talent discrepancy, the Eagles at home, and the fact that the Eagles are
okay,
and this is like swallowing vinegar for me.
But
the Eagles are a very, very
that
good
was the same situation with the Ravens Steelers
and the Lions last week as well.
Yep, the Ravens has a better team than the Steelers.
Yep,
it was in Baltimore, and you guys were still saying it was a coin flip.
No, it wasn't. We both said 2 touchdowns.
He said they win by 17 points, and
I said 3 scores.
They wouldn't score score twice. So
no, I said they
wouldn't score more than 10 points. They scored 14.
They scored 14.
You're clutching at straws here, Rocky.
Hey, is that more than 10?
Rocky, you're clutching.
I haven't gone to school for 11 years, but is that more than 10?
Does he even know what he's talking about?
That's more than 10, yeah.
I think they'd be lucky to score 10 and they scored 14.
All right, let's get us to Scotty for his prediction.
20.
Scotty, big dog, what do you got?
Yeah, I think something like a 28-27 to 24 sort of Eagles win. They'll ice it in the last drive and just kneel it out sort of thing.
Yeah, that's fair enough. All right, let's get to the next game. This is the game where we can all agree on. Bills at Chiefs. I don't think there's a soul in the world that's not a Chiefs fan that isn't going for the Bills here.
Yeah, you'd have to agree with that.
And I think this game, everyone's saying, oh, the Bills are much better. They're much better. They're much better. They're not much better. They're not. Offensively, the Bills are good because Josh Allen does everything for them.
True.
So the Chiefs defense is also really, really good. Like they're as good as the Eagles defense. They're outstanding. Chris Jones is, I said it last week on the podcast, I think Chris Jones is potentially the best defensive football player in the league. Like he is the fact that he plays inside and generates the pressure he can, that is so hard to stop, so hard to nullify. I just think and at home for the Chiefs, well, at Arrowhead.
Arrowhead is big.
It's huge.
Arrowhead is big.
It's like the second loudest noise ever recorded is Arrowhead. The other's like an F1 jet flying. So they know they are extremely loud, extremely volatile crowd. And I just think, I'm not saying the Bills can't win. I think the Bills will win. But just thinking, the Bills are more talented, they're a better team, it's wrong. It's equivocally wrong. It's not true. They are not a much, much better team.
I think they're pretty evenly matched.
I think it's very even.
Yeah.
I think they both have discrepancies offensively. They both have great quarterbacks that have played very well. Josh Allen, obviously, this year has been outstanding, but Mahomes has a proven pedigree in the playoffs that you can't overlook. 7 for 7 on game-winning drives in the playoffs. He's been to 7 AFC. This is his 7th AFC Championship game in a row. He's won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, going for a 3-peat. I think if you just poo-poo that and go, the Bills are better, I think you're wrong. I just think if you think they're going to run all over them, they're not.
No, I don't think anyone can realistically say that.
No,
I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, but on the flip side, it's like Allen's played so much better this year, but Mahomes is so clutch in key situations. Like don't forget that the only legitimate loss the Chiefs had this year, I'm taking that Denver game, the last game of the season, away. That was
as you should
a throwaway. The only legitimate loss they had was to the Bills,
yeah.
And it was because Josh Allen went, I'm winning this football game.
Yeah, on that 4th and 2 run, yeah.
I'm winning this game now.
Right,
I am not giving them an opportunity to win this game.
That's right.
Now, last week they had the same opportunity with the field goal. I agree they should have gone up 8 points. I don't think they're having that same mentality against Patrick Mahomes.
No, they can't.
You cannot give him that opportunity because history tells us that he will just go and win the football game.
Yeah.
So that's why I think everyone...
And you know my thoughts on all that. Like I don't want to harp on it too much, but yeah, you know my thoughts.
I guarantee you there's going to be a couple of plays. There's going to be a couple of reffing things that give the Chiefs upper hand. It's just going to happen. And the Bills have to be prepared to overcome that and not bitch and whinge about it. But something's telling me, and it's not my head telling me this, in my guts, that Josh Allen and the Bills have kind of learned, all right, this is what we need to do to beat the Chiefs. Now, they've done it in the regular season. Tick, they did it. They haven't done it in the playoffs yet. I feel like it's just their top. There's a reason no one's ever won 3 Super Bowls in a row. It's really, really hard tough to do. It's hard to win 1. Like it's really hard to win 3.
Facts.
And not only 3 in a row, 4 in 5 years is insanity. Like that's pure. There's no team on a 5-year span that's had this dominance that the Chiefs have had. So, but I feel like something's telling me that the Bills are just, they're ready for the moment now. Like they've had a couple of years where they've floundered and lost. They've lost that overtime game where Mahomes got the ball first, sucked. They lost that game where they gave Mahomes 13 seconds and he went and won the game. Yeah. Like I feel like they've maybe learned that, you know what, we're either going to lose by us not winning the game, or we're going to win the game. Simple as that. There's no other way around it.
Yeah. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Dallas Coleman.
What's he saying? I can't see it properly.
Dallas is flaming. He said, Georgie looking uncomfortable over there. Then he said, George.
Who's that? It's DJ. Shout out DJ.
He said, George, was that a protein shake?
No. DJ was saying he was looking uncomfortable, and Coleman was that a protein shake.
No, not a protein shake. Amino acids, boys, essential for building muscle.
Which clearly,
you also
need
5 guys pushing you from behind as well.
5 guys to push that car with you just to get it going, and then they can all pull out and leave and go and finish on the sideboard.
The pull out is key.
The pull out is the key. All right,
ask Brock.
What's your thoughts, Georgie?
No refs.
No. I've spoken about the refs. I'm not speaking about it tonight. Okay, the tape will tell the story about
big
the refs.
character arc from you.
No, it's not, because everyone spoke about it to death last week.
Yeah,
because it was so fucking obvious. It was like a giant 12-inch cock slapping you in the face. That's how fucking obvious it was.
Speaking from experience.
No. I spoke about Brock told me about it pre-show. That's how I know.
I backed him up. We've all hung out with Damo.
All things. Shout out to Damo. I haven't seen, but I've heard, brother.
I've seen and heard and been proud.
All things. I agree with what you said. All things being equal in terms of talent, team, this, that, the other.
Yep.
Sean McDermott is not as good a coach as Andy Reid.
Very true. I didn't touch on that.
That's massive. Yep. Because when it comes down to, situational stuff and playoffs and this and that, coaching fucking matters. Okay. Spags is one of the best DCs in the league, if not the best.
Almost unheralded at times.
Yeah, but
because he flamed out at
that's
the
people that don't know
Giants.
ball. If you know ball, you know
oh.
Spags is an elite DC.
And what I love about Spags is after the New York Giants disaster when he was the coach and got fired, he's just been like, no, I'm a DC.
I'm a DC.
I'm just going to DC. Like Vic Fangio, he's doing that now. So I'm just going to DC.
Yeah.
And
just be elite.
I'm going to be the best DC in the league. And Spags been doing that for 6 or 7 years
So
now.
coaching matters.
It does matter.
Right? So that's one key thing that a lot of people don't talk about. The other glaringly obvious point is it's in fucking Arrowhead.
Yeah.
And they don't fucking lose there.
No, they don't.
They don't lose.
Well,
So-
they've once to Joe Burrow. In their 7 times going to the AFC Championship game, they've
Yeah.
lost to Joe Burrow. And then who else did they lose to? It must have been Tom Brady. Must have been a Patriots, Tom Brady, his last Super Bowl in New England.
Maybe.
Either way.
Scotty,
it was-
if you can help us there, please. That's where the win's going to be. The coaching, because I just believe that no matter what McDermott and co can throw at Andy Reid and co, Andy Reid will have an answer. He'll have a rebuttal.
Yep.
And that's
fair.
all I think.
No, it's very fair. It's going to be.
That's
That's
what
what
I
I mean.
think.
It's going to be really hard.
Refs aside, because if the refs end up deciding the game, we'll see it.
Burrow.
It'll be on tape.
No, he lost to Burrow, but he must have lost to someone else because he's been to 6 AFC Championship games, but only played in 4 Super Bowls. Or has he played in 5? Has he lost 2?
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
Oh, he lost to Tampa Bay, and then who else did he lose to?
in the Super Bowl.
No, so he lost to Tampa Bay, and then he lost to Joe Burrow to not get into the Super Bowl, and then the Rams won, and then he's won 3.
Yes,
so that's his.
They lost to the Patriots in 19.
Yeah, it was. I reckon it was Mahomes' first year as a starter.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then Patriots lost to the Eagles.
Yes,
that's the Philly special.
Yes,
correct.
Yes.
So I don't know. I just trust me. Everything in my gut is telling me the Bills are going to win this game, but my head is just like
we just don't know
Mahomes in Arrowhead.
How you can bet against Mahomes in Arrowhead.
It's history tells us you can't.
That's my point.
Unless Josh Allen, which he's done all year, just goes into FU mode and just takes over the game. Scotty, you got any thoughts on it?
I'm really conflicted with this. My heart's telling me Bills. My head's telling me Chiefs. And if you deep dive into this one, these teams are so similar. Like, it's actually scary. They're almost built identical. The only thing that I'm confident in, the one thing outside of the stats that I'm confident in is that Josh Allen's sort of been caged all year, and they're protecting him from making mistakes. And they're giving him the easy throws. I just wonder if Sean McDermott just fucking
unleashes him.
Yeah, hangs his nuts out and just goes, Josh, you fucking win or lose this game. If that ball's fucking 1 yard off and it's a touchdown or a pick, you throw it. Like, you
take your chances.
Yeah, and then you just let Josh Allen do it.
He hasn't done that all year, though.
No, but they've designed the playbook so he can't do that, and they've tried to protect him from himself.
That's
but if they just let the wild stallion go this week, you have to.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think whoever wins this game is probably the favorite for the Super Bowl.
I feel like they have to play it by, like, they almost, both teams have to kind of feel out the first quarter. Because if Mahomes comes out and just goes vintage Mahomes and he's just toweling up the Bills defense, then you've got to be like, all right, Josh, you just got to start slinging it. It's on you now. But if the Bills defense, which they have done a lot of the year, and Mahomes' offense has struggled a lot of the year, if they can stifle them, slow them down, and the Bills can do what they did to the Ravens, which is just, score consistently, long drives, don't take any risks, don't turn the ball over, and then maybe steal a couple of turnovers or steal a turnover from Mahomes, who's forcing it.
That's where it's going to be.
And then build that 14-point lead.
So the Bills are plus 24 in turnover differential, and the Chiefs are plus 6.
Yeah.
So it's going to come down to turnovers. If Von Miller actually gets down the middle and gets some wood on Mahomes.
Oh, but Miller's had a good playoff series.
He's turned back the clock.
He fucking has. I agree.
He's a big game player. He's like that in Denver.
Russo's been fantastic as well.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be DeMar Hamlin's going to control the middle.
Sorry, I was going to say Ed Oliver as well is
Ed Oliver's
absolutely
unsung,
dominant.
Unsung hero.
I think it's going to come down to turnovers. Von Miller will force one. I think DeMar Hamlin will force a turnover as well.
I love DeMar. I have loved the DeMar Hamlin redemption arc.
This is the year he should be comeback player of the year because he actually played.
If they gave it to him this year over Sam Darnold, I'd be like, fair enough.
100%.
Dude died on the field, took a year to kind of get back on his feet, couldn't play a lot. You could easily, like, if you can't, there are guys that win comeback player of the year because they just did, like Geno won it. And no offense to Geno, but he won it because he wasn't good enough to start the 5 years before, then became a starter and was really good. So why can't Hamlin? He's technically in contention for it based purely off the fact that he barely got to play last year because he wasn't good enough. So now he's a solid starter and been a real impact player for them. I think there's no ball.
Yeah.
I'm actually really happy for him. It annoyed me last year when everyone was like, he's got to be comeback player just because you can't just be it because of what happened to you the year before. Like, he played 5 snaps for the year, and one of them he absolutely stuffed up that punt.
Yeah, he was 12th man on the field.
He stuffed it up. He was awful. Like, I thought he was going to get cut. So the fact that he's then come back, earned a spot, become a starter, and then been a real impact player for him, they're the sorts of guys you should reward. Like, in my opinion,
I think it's going to be Joe Burrow will get it this year, comeback player of the year.
Yeah,
because he missed.
Joe Burrow? No, it should be Sam Darnold.
No, Joe Burrow will get it. He missed 8 games last year, so he'll get it this year.
He's the favourite, I think.
Yeah, you can't bet on anymore. So all the votes have
he can't win MVP, so he's got to win something. Which, and again, it's not totally unfair either. All right, let's get predictions. Georgie, what do you got?
Yeah, I think the Chiefs by 1 score.
Chiefs by like a field goal or a touchdown.
Yeah.
All right, I'm taking the Bills. I'm back. I've backed Josh Allen all year. I backed him in the preseason. Me and my boy Scotty had him for MVP, and he might do that. We don't know yet, but he certainly played like it was. This season was always going to be Josh Allen or bust for the Bills, and I'm just going to get behind him again because it hasn't let me down all year. I'm getting behind Josh Allen. I think they're going to win 27-17. I think they're going to they'll kick a late field goal to make it 10, or maybe it's a field goal game and Josh Allen will go on a drive late in the game, put the score put a goodbye touchdown on the board, and then let the Chiefs do whatever they want in that last drive. I think I'm. It might be my gut telling me this, but I'm taking them.
Bills by 5.
Bills by 5.
Yeah, it's going to be a real situation of do they kick the field goal and go up by a point?
Yeah.
Or do they just Josh Allen take over and just rush in a touchdown?
Yeah.
Bills by 5.
Scotty, what do you got?
Yeah, I think Bills. I think this is the year where the Chiefs have probably looked most susceptible to losing compared to previous years. And the Bills, like you said, you go through that heartache. You lose a few big games that you felt like you should have won or you made a mistake and you lost. And this year they've made mistakes early. They had that goose egg against Arizona. But ever since then, they've sort of been pretty good. I know the Patriots beat them, but you can scrap that game as well.
Yeah.
They've been pretty good. They've strangled teams. I think the Bills, it's their year. And I think Josh Allen's just probably not going to win the MVP, but he deserved it. So this is a statement game for him.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. I'm not also against your call, George.
You just can't. How can you? There's enough body of evidence there. You can't bet against him at home.
That's fair. It's a what do they say? A rock and a
hard place.
Yeah,
I think it's a cock and a hard place. Actually, is the true phrase.
That's where you normally.
Isn't that where you always find them?
Yeah, always in hard places, like my pants. I think we're going to get 2 good games tomorrow. That's all I'm hoping for. Championship games are notorious for being blowouts one way or the other. All I want is both these games to be. I want both teams to play at their best for these games, and then let the cards fall where they may. Because I think that's when football's at its best. We'll all agree with that.
Agreed.
We've got a bit of action in the chat here, so we want to finish off with a bit of
now. If you click those comments, Scotty, they'll come up on the big screen.
Fuck you, I'm reading them out.
Okay, cool. I meant you can read them, but then everyone can see them as well when they come up.
Oh, I gotcha. All right, so we've got Mahomes. Oh, Daryl, look at this. Fancy. Mahomes going to school with the fake slider. Alan, I hope the Swifties come out in 4 Cinderella story.
Very good, DJ. Good to hear from you, buddy.
Shout out, DJ.
We've got Sam just correcting us, being the Patriots police that he is.
Thank you, Sammy McGrath. Hey, good to see you, Sammy. Come back and play some football, mate. We miss you.
That's it. So, so the Philly special was the year before. It was the year that Goff got smoked against the Patriots. Was 2019.
The 13-10 game or whatever it was.
13-3. Yeah.
I was at Sporting Globe Richmond with Benny Graham. He stole my hats. I'll never forget Ben Graham. I may forgive, but I will never.
No
forget.
shout out to Ben Graham.
No, I like Benny Graham.
Shout out for Lockie for letting us know that Matt Milano's back at linebacker as well.
That's true. That's actually a really good point.
Mate, he was outstanding last week.
He was. He's a really good player.
And he was actually perfect for containing Lamar on the runs, which you could probably do the same thing with Mahomes and don't give him those easy.
And if he runs to the sideline and dances around, just fucking nail him.
Nail him the first one.
Put your shoulder pad directly through his chest.
I've got just a quick theory on this, right? If I'm McDermott, I'm saying to my guys, hey, if he's running down the sideline, nail him so hard, and this might not be in the spirit of the game.
Nail him
knock
worse
him
than they
out of
did
the game.
Worse than they
is
did
this
Jesus to the cross.
Yeah.
bounty gate?
Yeah, put a bounty on him.
Knock him out of the game. If he does
100%.
that bullshit down the sideline, he's like, I don't care if they call a penalty, they're going to call it anyway. Hit the shit out of him.
Yeah.
If you hit
he's
him
running
fairly-
around buying time and then he's about to slide, nail him because they're going to call it
If
anyway.
you hit him up, not in the head,
Yeah.
can they flag you?
Yes.
Yes.
If it's they can we
Did you
No,
not
no,
watch last week?
I'm not
they
talking
can
about
flag
a
for
bullshit
any-
call. I'm talking about a real legitimate call.
if it's close to the sideline, what he does is he basically tiptoes the sideline and then just as they're about to hit him, he steps outside the line. So he
Right.
gets hit outside.
Right.
But what the defenders do is they all slow down and then they like half hit him and then they still get the flag. I just was saying, if you get that opportunity
Just run
and
through
he's towing down the sideline, treat him like a running back or receiver, just run through him. So as he takes his foot
or
off the
any
pedal,
other quarterback, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't slow down for any other
no,
quarterback.
nail him so hard that he he could get dinged up from it. And two, the next time he's doing it, he steps out 5 yards earlier
Yeah,
because he
yeah,
knows
yeah.
you're going to do it again.
I've got a bit of a theory for this. I think
Yeah.
we might see an overcorrection the other way, especially with Mahomes.
Ooh,
I think that-
Scotty,
I-
get that tinfoil hat on, bro. I
No,
like
no, no,
it.
I just think there might be an overcorrection the other way where he might usually get a call where he doesn't, and the ref's going to be like, "Oh no, we got too much blowback for this
Yeah,
sure.
tic tac shit." Championship football. Put your hard hat on.
Put your
Let's-
mouth guard in.
I
before
would
you
Yeah.
play,
love
yeah.
for the Chiefs to lose on a ref call that doesn't go their
Oh,
way.
Hey,
Purely to see all the Chiefs
Can we
fans have
pause?
like carry on about it.
3 votes go to Scotty. That's a call of the night.
3 votes always go to Scotty.
That's a call of the night. I think that's right. There will
Yeah.
be an overcorrection now that he said it.
Yeah,
Makes perfect sense.
Even still, put him so deep in the stands when he gets a pie. You're there. You're there to say, "Hey, he wants sauce with it too."
I'm with it all the way.
That's how far
I
you
love
want
it.
to put
I
him
think
in
you
there.
have to. I think you
Spot
have to
on,
just
bro.
be like, if we're going to get one, get it.
Yeah.
Like, earn it. Absolutely.
Can you? So,
Oh, we got
can
some-
you be ejected? Can you be ejected?
We've
if
got
you hit him in the if you like it's an egregious
Not in the
call.
head. Not
No,
in the head.
no,
if you
you
just
can't
hit
be
him really
ejected.
hard in the chest.
No, you can't be ejected.
Okay, cool. I just want to know. I
Well,
don't know.
theoretically, you can be ejected for anything, but it
Regan's.
takes a lot to eject players. from a
Regan's chimed in with the beauty. It's smack him like he's the third string punter.
game.
He also said, "What time's the Dolphins game?"
Yeah, I was going to
to
bypass that just for him, but nah.
Love you, Reeves.
It might be another 10 or 15 years before you see the Dolphins is deep in the playoffs.
Hey, shout out to
amen to
Regan.
that.
Regan coaching up in Queensland. I saw that his team's the number 1 seed going into the playoffs.
Oi.
Oh,
Shout
good
out
luck
to you,
to you,
Regan.
Regan.
Dog. Get a dub. Go win that championship, mate. Shout out.
We've got DJ back again. He's obviously quiet tonight and drunk on wine.
Shout out to- hey, you let that man enjoy his life.
Is he DJ? Is he Darren or Daryl right now?
DJ,
Darryl.
can we get a confirmation if you're actually Darren or the Gremlin DJ? No, but obviously you can see here Darnold was a backup season away from being an assistant coach in 100% the comeback player of the year this year.
Yeah, that's fair. He had one more at the end there. What's that last one he
He
did?
said something about agreeing with you. Here we go.
Oh, fucking hell. This could be. Oh, here we go. Bills will get calls and end up blowing them out. Mahomes and Kelsey don't even go to their
He's in the
keys
ball
in
after
Everyone would be like, "Oh, I got Taylor. Damn, she's just gonna lay there."
I would love to pick any of those keys just quietly. Can I get an invite to that party?
I just like to. I don't even want to pick at the keys. I just want to be there to see how it all
what's his
works.
name?
Real
I
car
want-
corporation.
I want. Oh no, wrong team.
Oh.
Anyway, play on.
Oh, balls.
You want Sean McVay's?
No, the fullback from San Francisco.
Oh, you check. Yeah.
Jay has his left knacker out. Do it.
We would know.
They're just nice shorts. David, this is what the kids are wearing, man.
You
Shout
would feel every bit
We
of
would
the
also
breeze.
have to censor half the stream, so let's hope that doesn't happen.
Shout out
Mate,
to
we would know. The whole camera would be taken up. People would be like, "Oh, who's blocking the camera?"
Can't wait for that clip.
All right. First, of all, we did forget as well. Shout out to Dave, Sporting Globe, Churnside Park. Get your tickets down to Super Bowl day. They open up about another 150 tickets. So get in there in our links. What's it called again?
Link in the bio.
Our link in the what's the thing where you click it all
Linktree?
your links?
Linktree.
Linktree. Click our Linktree. The tickets there. Scotty, producer Scotty, he's
Scotty's
turned it on
he's-
tonight.
He's
I
absolutely.
only know Linktree
I'm
from OnlyFans.
3 votes.
We all know that, Scotty. We go, I'll check their Linktree. Oh yeah, okay.
Twitter, OnlyFans, yeah, you're good.
Yeah. All right. Good luck to everyone. Georgie boy, with all genuicity.
Ooh,
I don't know if that's a
that's
word.
not a word.
Genuinity.
No,
Genuinity.
that's not another word.
Genuinity.
Yeah.
With all genuineness. Hey, George, I'm being genuine.
Okay.
Best of luck to you tomorrow, mate.
Thanks,
It's always nice when your team's playing in a big game.
Thanks,
I
mate.
hope it's a good game. And if the Eagles win, you'll get no heart. You get no bullshit from me. I'll be pretty happy for you.
How can I get bullshit if we win?
No, because I can just be a real sassy cunt. About
Even
it. We all know
even
that.
if we lose, which we won't, I doubt very highly that we will. Even if we lose, to make in all seriousness, forget about Eagles, forget about anything.
Yeah.
If your team at the start of the year, if you said, "Yeah, I'm going to make an NFC Championship game,"
Yeah.
that is a successful season.
100%.
Any fan would be absolutely bonkers to not be happy.
I saw Washington fans crying, like videos of them crying about
any
how
fan should be happy.
It said playoff football is the best football. I thought a few weeks ago I've been a bit relieved because the Cowboys went in it, so I've just been able to watch it. But I do also miss that feeling in the pit of your stomach, that nervous excitement that you're like, we're in something real here. Like, this is the real part of football. And it always reminds you that the regular season is just, it's second tier to what the playoffs are.
I was far
in the
more
NFL.
nervous 2 years ago against the 49ers than I am today.
Rightfully, because Washington aren't the 49ers 2 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, everyone.
Peace out.
Thank you.
I hope the Eagles lose on a call.